Go to your next open page in your journal. Be sure to put the page number in the upper outside corner. Outside corner, that's the inside corner, sir. Upper outside corner, put your page number. I need you to do this too, Carson. And we're going to title this Simplifying Fractions. Simplifying fractions. Okay, so to simplify a fraction, what we're doing is we are finding, everybody write this down, an equivalent fraction with the smallest possible numerator and denominator. So that's what we mean when we say we're simplifying the fraction. We're taking a fraction that has a large number for its numerator or denominator, and we're looking for an equivalent fraction that has the smallest possible numerator and denominator. So we're finding the simplest form of that fraction. Let's look at an example. Let's say that we have 12 over 36. All right, so this fraction has a, reasonably big numerator and denominator. It doesn't have to be big numbers. It's just bigger numbers than is the simplest possible form. There are numbers that we can divide the numerator and the denominator by, right? Mm-hmm. So if we can divide the numerator and denominator equally with the same number, then we can find a simpler equivalent fraction. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Now, the one thing we have to be sure, we have to remember, whatever we divide the top by, we have to divide the bottom by the exact same thing for it to still be equivalent, right? So, what is a number that I can divide into 12 and 36 evenly? Jillian? 6. Okay, so we can use 6. So, let's do 12 divided by 6 and 36 divided by 6. Then 12 divided by 6 gives me 2, and 36 divided by 6 gives me 6. Now, that is an equivalent fraction to 12 over 36. Now, my question is this the simplest form of the fraction? If there's still a number that I can divide both of those by equally, then it is not the simplest form. What can I still divide them by, Jackson? 2. I can still divide by 2. Okay, so I'm going to take that same fraction. I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 2. 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. So again, this is an equivalent fraction. Is there anything that I can do to make that a simpler form? No. I've gotten down to a unit fraction. You guys remember what a unit fraction is? What is it, Sean? You're going to be over there bragging that you know. I'm going to ask.
A fraction that is the smallest possible weight that you can divide it into.
Close, but not quite. TJ?
It's a fraction with the 1 as a numerator.
Perfect. It's a fraction with the 1 as a numerator. If we get down to a unit fraction, we know for sure we can't go any simpler than that, right? Because the only thing we can divide 1 by is 1, and we'd still get 1. We'd still get the exact same thing, right? So when we're down to a unit fraction, or we're down to a fraction that we can't divide the same number into the numerator and denominator both, then we've gotten to our simplest form. Everybody got that? Gucci? Okay, let's try another one. Let's do 15 over 30. Oh, this one should be so easy. What can I divide? Zach, I need you paying attention, sir, and following along, please. What can I divide both of these numbers by? Alessandra? 3. Okay, 3. Now, I want you to see that it doesn't matter what I start with, because you guys might have come up with something different, right? Doesn't matter what we start with. Something that you know you can divide both of those by. So Alessandra says we can divide both those by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And 30 divided by 3 is 10. Okay, so now I'm down to 5/10. Can I still divide both of those numbers by something equally? What, Mateo? I can't divide 5 by 2.
This is the smallest you can get.
No, that can get smaller, I guarantee it. Well, I can divide them both by 5, can't I? Okay, so let's divide them both by 5.
It's going to be 1/5.
You're right. No, it's not 1/5. 10 divided by 5 is 2.
And then 5 divided by 5 is
1. So our smallest, now what did we get down to again? A unit fraction. Yes, we're back down to a unit fraction, so we know for sure that is the smallest form. So we know that 15/30 is equivalent to 5/10 and to 1/2. And 1/2 is my simplest form for that particular fraction. All right, let's do one more, and then I'm going to see if you can do some on your own.
Okay.
All right, how about, let me think a minute. 20, oh, that's the wrong pencil. How about 24 over 48? No, I don't want to do that. 24 over 62. Let's just try that. I don't know what that'll come out as, but let's try that. 24 over 62. Now, here's a hint. If both those numbers are even and I don't know where to start, what can I always divide by? If they're both even and I'm not sure what else to start with, I can divide by what? 2. Yeah. So if they're both even, I'm not sure what else I could use. I could use 2. So let's start with 2. What's 24 divided by 2? 12. Okay. What's 62 divided by 2? 31. Ooh. 12 over 31. Yeah, it's odd, so I can't divide by 2 anymore. Can I divide those by 3?
Yes.
What's 31 divided by 3, Sean?
31 divided by 8. No, you can't.
Oh, I can't.
Because 31 won't go into 3, but...
Okay. What about 4? Can I divide by 4? Can I divide by 6? No, that's all of the factors of 12, isn't it? Can I divide by 12? No. So, actually, I think 31 is a prime number, isn't it? And there's no other factors that will go into both of those evenly, so this is my simplest form. 12 over 31. Make sense? Okay, so let's try a couple on our own. Let's try 8 over 36. That's going to be number 1. And then we'll try, let's see, 35 over 125. All right, so you guys try those. When you think you've got it, go ahead and just raise your hand so I can give you a check.